Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the desert of Phoenix, Arizona, as we kick off the three-race stretch to the end of the Racers Elite Tuesday Night Truck Series race. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what, the points battle has absolutely got intense, and no words can describe on the emotions that these drivers are feeling. But before we get to all that, ladies and gentlemen, I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth alongside one of the greatest league owners I've ever met, Andrew Teft. And of course, Christian Hill will be giving you all of the beautiful views that you will get to see right here tonight on the Racers Elite Network. Talking about the final three races, we have tonight's race, which is going to happen right here at Phoenix, as we get ready to really bring it down to Texas next week. And in just 2 short weeks, we're going to crown a champion here in Racers Elite Tuesday Night Truck Series. And let me tell you what, it's going to be absolutely crazy in Chicagoland. As I said, these drivers are just absolutely itching to get to there, because whatever happens between now and then is going to be absolutely incredible. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at this track overview for today. Phoenix Raceway is a 1-mile speedway with 4 turns. It opened back in January of 1964. Your speed limit is going to be 45 miles per hour on the front stretch. You got 3 degrees of baking, and then pretty much the rest of the track is sitting there at just about 11 degrees. So a lot of baking here at this track. It is a flat track over in 3 and or what is now 1 and 2, and pretty decent baking over in 3 and 4. So going to be a very interesting, and these guys, they can use that dog leg down at the bottom of the front straightaway right at the start finish line. So it's going to be very interesting seeing those drivers go from the track down to that apron, coming back up on track. So guys, keep your eyes out on that dog leg here today at the starts and restarts of today's race. Your points, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, is off the hook. Troy Thomas takes over the point standings for the first time last week, as Blair Holloman had some radio connectivity issues, and that dropped him 1 point behind Troy Thomas. What a complete change to the points. Sean Dunaway, he's snuck up there in third at the moment with 2,052 points. Alex Teft, only 6 points back from your race leader. Brandon Sanfilippo, he is back 10 points from your points leader. I mean, I believe, Andrew, this points battle is going to come down to where is now I can't remember where we're going.
A couple mile and a half, Texas and
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland off the top of my head.
That's the one I was looking for, Chicagoland. But it's going to come down to Chicagoland, Andrew, and it's just going to be absolutely phenomenal. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and grid up so that we can get this race underway. Starting on the pole, it's going to be Patrick Millett and Sean Dunaway to his outside to make up row number 1. Row number 2, I was about to crack a joke about these trucks being F-1600s. Blair Holloman is going to be on the inside of row number 2 with Brandon Sanfilippo to his outside. Row number 3, Stephen Luttrell, Jordan Sailors to his outside will make up row number 3. Alex Teft and Truth Hoke will make up row number 4. Row number 5, you got Aaron Roth in that number 57 machine with Timothy Eisburn to his outside. Row number 6, Steve Sizemore in that 08. And Troy Thomas, your points leader, will be on the outside of him in row 6. Row number 7, Jonathan Stidham will be joined by Alex Gates. Row number 8, you got Alan Wild and Barry Nelson to his outside. Row number 9, Frank Chavez in that number 23 machine will be joined by Philip Archibald. Row number 10, you got Mikey Allen and Kyle Hess. Row 11, who cares about row 11?
Ignore that guy.
So this race is going to go green really quick. So let's go ahead and take a quick look here at your race length of 120 laps, 5 sets available, 65% fuel, 1 fast repair available, 3 Green-White-Checkered attempts, and your weather is looking absolutely hot here in the desert, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temperature is 80, so it's right there on the verge of a slick but grippy track. Partly cloudy winds at 4 miles an hour southwest, humidity at just about 30%. As you see these trucks coming through turns 3 and 4 now, coming into the start zone. And Patrick Millett will bring the field to the green flag. Sean Dunaway to his outside. And we are green flag hitting that dogleg right away here on the front straightaway as these trucks head down into turn numbers 1 and 2 for the first time here today. As you see, Millett gets a very good run there, but here comes Blair Holloman. He's now trying to work on the inside of Millett, not able to do it out of turn number 2. But don't blink, because I believe Blair Holloman, he's going to make some noise here as he already is trying. Oh, and Millett up into the wall on the exit of turn 4, and that's going to bring him back a couple spots
Barry's
here.
sideways. Back by the start-finish line, we've got the 28 around.
Oh, we have a
couple others.
Trucks back there.
Kyle Hess.
Chavez. Yeah, Frank Chavez. Kyle Hess, he's back there as well. That's going to bring out the caution, and Barry Nelson is still sitting down there up against the wall.
Looks like he had to tow.
It looks like he might be having some kind of wheel issue, because as you saw there, he was wiggling it back and forth. Yeah, so he must have had a really big hit there. Let's go back, take a quick look, see what happened. Oh, that truck just absolutely snapped out of turn number 4. Nowhere for that 23 of Frank Chavez to go, and unfortunately looked like Kyle Hess there got involved as well as we ride on board. Just absolutely got hit a ton. And just look at Frank Chavez just absolutely just roll right across the track right in front of Kyle Hess. Very unfortunately here early on for those two drivers, as we have some takers down here on pit road for some fuel already.
Stephen Luttrell.
Stephen Luttrell, Jonathan Stidham, Alex Gates, Troy Thomas, your points later. And then obviously Kyle Hess, Frank Chavez, and Barry Nelson down here. I did see Frank Chavez already use up his fast repair that he had. So unfortunately, he had to use that early on here today. And definitely not what we wanted to see as we take a look here at Patrick Millett in that number 18 Ghost Chevrolet. Ghost Tequila Chevrolet, I should say. I absolutely love the colors on it. And let's go Patriots. But very unfortunate there for Patrick Millett. He hit the wall on the exit of turn 4, so he's trying to go fast, but he ain't going anywhere fast by hitting the wall.
Doubling up already here. as a control car here, when this pace truck pulls off, it feels like it takes forever to get to the start finish line. Kind of stuck at that pace speed, and it feels like you're never gonna get there.
It really does, and I think that's one of the things that I really don't like the most about this is that wait all the way to the restart zone is just absolutely crazy. But we finally got there, ladies and gentlemen, as we are back green flag racing right here at Phoenix. And that 12 didn't really get a really good start there as he's going to begin to go 3 wide here. Oh, behind him, contact trouble. Timothy
That's a
Iceberg
hard
hard
hit.
into the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks involved in this one. Absolute pure chaos heading down into the dog leg.
I think Tim's gonna drive away from that one. That was head on.
Timothy, put it in reverse. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that was an absolute wicked hit there for Timothy Eisburn. As we come back, take a look. It's like he
Jeez.
just, I don't think he realized he was 3 wide.
Yeah, kind of a strange entry angle there.
Yeah.
No out of bounds here, so it's easy to lose track of who's next to you during, while you're on this really wide dog leg.
Yeah. And that 39 and 55, I think, yeah, I think the 55 possibly got some air here. Uh, yeah, when he got backed up into it. So the 55 getting some air there. Pretty fun to
Yeah,
watch.
it looked like Tim drifted off the bottom pretty far. I just might have gone in too hot for that angle.
Yeah, as we take a look here at Truth, and he just absolutely gets backed into by that 39 and that just launches his truck up into the air. So I think we have another 6 cars here or 6 trucks here that's going to need use up their fast repair early on here. Uh, it's just so unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate there.
Yeah, it's tricky because there's no real rule about where you need to be if you're 3 wide or 4 wide. So you kind of just guess based on what your spotter's telling you and what
Yeah,
you can see out of your peripheral. And placement's kind of weird. There's not really great lines or identifiers to show you where the lanes would be.
definitely.
So it's
And
the Wild West.
yeah, that's definitely one of the hardest things about that, is just knowing exactly where those cars on the outside and inside of you are at. And it's like you got to be very well aware. Like that people are hitting that dog leg down there. So who was down there when it happened? And 99% of the time they're still there when that we come back heading here into turn 1. So just visual awareness has got to be absolutely high key here at Phoenix.
These guys are able to do about 48 laps or so on fuel, depending on how many yellows we see here. Maybe they can one-stop this race. It's sort of close. Just depends on what kind of race we're gonna see.
Yeah, definitely going to be very close here as Blair Holloman will lead the field back into the restart zone. And we
It's
are
not
green
really
flag.
going. He might have been in the wrong gear or something.
Yeah, just absolutely stacking up on that outside lane there as that 18 truck is getting ran up the track there just a tad as we're taking a look here at Alex Tefton, that number 43 machine. He's got a long way to get back towards the front here as he is sitting currently. Oh, he's actually only back there in that 7th spot at the moment. So he's getting there. Just got to take a little bit of extra time to get there, though. So I'm pretty sure that you've had conversations with Alex throughout this week. What was his thoughts coming into Phoenix?
He seems to like this place. He feels like he's got a shot tonight. I know in order to beat Blair, you're probably going to have to win and win a lot. And we're coming into some 1.5-mile tracks here, the last 2 races, and everybody's usually pretty close together at those. It's sort of hard to gain an advantage. Here you can maybe gain a little bit more of an advantage because it's a tougher track and just the adversity, but I know he's going to go for it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things with Alex. I mean, we're only working lap 13 now, so at this point in time, I don't think you're going to be stressing on your current position. You got to focus on making it to the end, and to get there, you got to stay out of trouble. So, hanging out back here, in the back, somewhat by yourself, it's not a bad ordeal as we take a look here at that 67 machine of Mikey Allen. He's trying to find some speed here. I think he was struggling just a little bit in practice as well. So hopefully he can find something here as he gets a little sideways out of turn 4. Yeah, turn 4.
The turns are still tricky here since they changed everything around. I still do that all the time.
Like I don't know if NASCAR realizes the strain it puts on our muscle memory, because we've always called that turn 1 for ages. Well, turn 2. But there's Truth Hope getting around Alex Steff now for that 7th spot. So Truth Hope slowly starting to move up through the field, and I think he's kind of on a rampage at this moment, trying to get towards the front here. It was at the 39. Sailors kind of like bounce off the wall just a little bit, but that kind of like rocketed him right beside Teft here as they come through the dog leg, and he's looking to take over that 8th spot now. And he will get him clear up here in turns 3 and 4. So Sailors, he's also starting to become on the move as well after getting involved in that last incident. So he's coming from just about the 15th position, and he's ready back up to that 8th spot already. Taking a quick look here at chat. Toasted Cupcake in here as always, rooting on Mikey Allen and that number 57 of Aaron Roth. Hello, how you doing, Cupcake? Hope you had a wonderful week. But Sailor's just absolutely rolling through this track at the moment. Starting to get closer and closer to the back bumper of that number 55 of Truth Hope. Taking a look here. All right, as we're going to go ahead and ride on board now here with Jordan Sailors for a lap around this 1-mile track as he's looking to the inside of Truth, not able to get there. And as you guys can see, that there's a couple interesting, lines around this speedway, especially in turns 3 and 4. But everybody pretty much, I'm sorry, in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 here, everybody's more down low. So it's always interesting to watch these drivers, see what line they decide to take.
Starting to see some split strategy in the dogleg also. Some guys staying up on the track and some guys still cutting.
Yeah.
I always like to stay on the track when I'm just riding in place, sort of, and just minding my own business. I feel like it saves some tire, and just that continuous banking change transition really, it just kind of feels like it beats up the car and hurts the long run.
Yeah, yeah. I don't use the dog leg whatsoever, as they are looking possibly trying to go 3 wide with that number 77 of Alex Gates. As you see, Hook get up into the wall there. And that's going to allow Sailors to fully get around Hope. And now he's got his eyes set on that 77 of Gates. But
It's more of the wall.
Yeah. But every time I hit that dog leg down there, I always tend to loop it around, so I try to avoid it at all costs. Really interesting interested to see how long Sailors is going to take here to get around Gates. But Truth Hope, it looks like he's trying harder to make some gain on Sailors, but every single time he does, he gets into that outside walls. As you see, Sailors now on the inside of Gates here in 1 and 2. Now they're going to drag race down the back straightaway. Gates has that power to the outside, as Sailors does have to take the shortest, but it is a little bit slower as they come really close to touching down into the dog leg and back up. Let's see if Sailors can get around Gates, and he does. He will clear him here in turn 1. It still absolutely boggles my mind, the race line that these drivers take through turns 1 and 2. You know, running out up against that outside wall through the corner.
Yeah, in the real life championship finale here, they had what, 7 or 8 wide with Corey Heim there. It's pretty insane.
Yes, so that was crazy. I'm like, you'll never see anything more than 4, maybe 5 wide. And Corey Heim said, "Hold my beer." And sure enough, he stuck it in there. 7 wide, and I believe he ran away with the championship. Mind-blowing. It looks like Steve Sizemore and that 08 machine wasn't able to make it out on track. So any word on what happened with Sizemore?
I haven't heard, actually.
That's very
Maybe some sort of technical issue, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. But Truth Hope getting around Alex Gates in that 77 now. So that's going to put Gates back in that 8th spot. And now Alex Teft has his eyes on Alex Gates. Alex Teft has made his way up to the back bumper of Alex Gates. And now we've got a 3-truck battle here for that 7th spot once again. It seems like right now that 7th spot is that sweet spot for a good battle. I feel like they're saying if you want a good battle, you got to be back here. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because these guys usually put on a really, really good show. As you see, Alex get on the inside of Alex as they head up here into turns 3 and 4. And Alex is hoping to make a run on Alex on the exit here of turn 2. Not able to do it, so Alex will stay in front of Alex. Okay, I'm done. I think that's an Alex.
Got double Alexes here.
I'm sorry. I can't help myself in that case. You can blame that league that did the Greg Biffle League. They had everybody's name changed to Greg Biffle. They all ran the number 16 paint scheme, and they're like Greg Biffle coming out of turn number 4, passing on the inside of Greg Biffle. Oh no, Greg Biffle crashed. It was the greatest freaking league thing to watch ever. And Greg, may you rest in peace, buddy. But man, here comes Alex Teff now on the inside of Alex Gates, coming out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Man, Alex Gates, he just gets a really good run out of these corners, and oh, not this time. He struggled there on the exit of 4, and that's allowed Teff to get in front.
Sometimes Alex Gates is able to get these really great runs, like really high late off the corner. And it's like, I didn't even know that line was there, especially at like Pocono off of turn 3. I'm like, how did you even get up there? But he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I've noticed about Alex Gates is he finds lines that are not supposed to be there, and he's able to actually make it work. How? Like you said, we have no clue. I got a little loose there out of turn 2. As he's now trying to get back to the back bumper here of Teft. As Teft, he's getting his line out of turn 4 keeps getting faster and faster, I feel. So I think Teft might have a run here on Truth Oak here in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, I think we got about 15 to maybe 20 laps here left in this run. Seems like he's been kind of saving his stuff back here. Starting to make some passes now.
Definitely is.
I don't think he's going to be able to wait for his car to come in that long. In these next runs, he's going to have to find something different here.
Yeah, definitely. But Alex Teff, he is running side by side now with Hope. However, we have a brewing battle here for your race lead. Sean Dunaway in that Hello Kitty machine trying to get back to the back bumper there of that Zuyos Chevrolet of Holloman. Now imagine if Sean Dunaway could win the race here today at Phoenix. What is that going to do to our points battle heading into Texas next week?
Yeah, that 4 points for a victory is just critical. Every other spot on the track is separated by 1 point, so if you can win, it's a pretty good lead.
Definitely. So it's going to be, very interesting. Yeah, I'm already itching to get over to Chicagoland, and I can't really say I've been a big fan of Chicagoland, but I can't wait to get to Chicagoland. This whole entire championship is just absolutely intense, and I am absolutely honored to been able to call it this whole entire season. As Sean Dunaway, he is getting a good run here out of turn 2, but I think Holloman is just getting the better run out of turn 4.
Yeah, and there's some bonus points on the line here too. Right now, Sean Dunaway is sitting 4 points behind Blair in the standings, so if he can pass him here, then they'd be tied. And depending on how the bonus points for this race fall, either one could be in front. It looks like right now that Blair might get the one for most laps led, unless Sean can take over and just kind of run away here.
Yeah, definitely going to be very interesting, as your current points leader, Troy Thomas, is currently sitting back 11 seconds back in that 12th spot. So Troy really going to need to do something here late in this run to try to make something happen. But as we are getting ready to close out our first fuel run, it's going to be very interesting to see how long some of these drivers are willing to wait to come down pit road for fresh tires. As we know, those tires are going to be very important here at Phoenix.
Did some laps in practice, and my field was saying about 48 laps. We're at 41 now, but we've also had some yellow flag laps, and those help extend your range a little bit. So we're at the 1/3 mark. You got to pit twice. You might see some guys come in early and short pit and try to make up some ground and hope to get a yellow fall at the right place, or you might see guys go as far as 50, lap 50, maybe 52.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting. I believe we're definitely going to start seeing them come down between now and maybe about 14 laps from now. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see as Dunaway is all over there, the back bumper of Holloman. And here he goes. He's getting a run here in the middle of 1 and 2. Not able to keep it stuck there as we had a couple of cars get a little loose on the back straightaway out of turn 2. But this battle here for the race lead is absolutely heating up. Blair Holloman in that 32 now using that dog leg to try to keep Sean Dunaway at bay. But Sean Dunaway just absolute beast here out of turn number 2. He's going to close up just a little bit here as Holloway gets a little bit sideways. And now with that, how loose is Blair, how ruined is Blair's tires compared to Sean Dunaway?
Coming up on some lap traffic that might make the difference here.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to absolutely make a huge difference. But it's all going to be in Blair's favor because, you know, he ultimately he gets the first run on the lap car. However, if Sean Dunaway is able to get beside him, Dunaway can use that lap car as a pit too. So it's definitely going to be very interesting here to see what these drivers are going to do. As I see a couple drivers already down on pit road, and that's going to be Steven Luttrell and Mikey Allen.
Yeah, I think that lap traffic appears to have pit. Very long pit road here.
Oh yeah.
You don't necessarily want to come in early because you can easily get trapped down a couple laps.
Yes, these drivers are coming out of the pits now. Mikey Allen, he's 2 laps down. Steven Luttrell, he's 1 lap down. So it's going to be very interesting to see, you know, again, just how will this pit cycle play its game as Dunaway gets loose on the transition back up onto the track. That's something that you don't want to happen on that transition, as we have a good battle here brewing for our 3rd spot. Brandon Sanfilippo on the outside. Patrick Millett wants to take back that 3rd spot. He will clear him on the entry to turn 3. And out of 4, he will absolutely start to pull away now, as he now will start to try to reel in your race leaders.
The way these guys have gone long, it's almost setting up for a 2-tire stop at the end. Should see the final stop around, you know, lap 100, 105 maybe.
Yeah, that'll be definitely something very interesting to watch. As you see Millett just absolutely turning the truck sideways out of turn 4 there, back into the wall in turn 1. So could these looseness that we're seeing out of these drivers, could this be because of tire wear?
Yeah, you tend to burn off the right front here, just leaning on it so much. But the trucks will also snap loose on you on exit, just leaning so hard on the right side until it finally, you know, gives loose and the rear end of the truck wants to kick out at the very last second off the corners.
Yeah, as we see Millett now making his way down onto pit road. Truth Hoke, he's already down here. Alex Gates, he's down here on pit road already. Archibald, Roth, they're all down here on pit road.
What you'll see a lot of the time is just guys getting back to the gas a little bit too hard, and it, you know, briefly spins the tires on exit, and it'll get them a little bit squirrely.
Yeah.
Gotta be really smooth back to the throttle.
Yeah. Blair Holloman, he's now down here on pit road as well. And there's Blair in that number 32 Goodrich Chevrolet coming out of the pits what a really good pit times there that we are looking at for him. So he was in and out of the pits really, really quick, and now he's going to start to make his way on these fresh tires, see what kind of ground he can get on your race leaders as we're still waiting for the top 4 or 5 now to come down pit road. Big slide out of Blair Holloman on those fresh tires.
I don't know if it's temperatures or pressures or both, but for the first couple laps, it's pretty treacherous.
Yeah, I feel like coming out of turn 4 here, it is. I feel like it because you have that long sweeping turn, and then you have to open up the turn, but you also want to get hard into the throttle, and you can't. I think that's something that these drivers face every single time they come out of turn number 4 back to the start finish line. As we take a look here at this battle back here for this 12th spot between Hoke and Alex Gates. Currently, your race leader, Alan Wild, waiting for him to come down pit road. Troy Thomas, we're still waiting for him to bring his number 88 machine to come down pit road. And all the while, the Blair Holloman machine, he's starting to catch up to your race leaders. Wild is now down pit road. As we continue to watch Alex Gates try to get his machine back to the back bumper of Truth Hope. And Truth Hope, he is now getting all over that back bumper of Brandon Sanfilippo.
Blair Holloman made a lot of time on Dunaway during that pit stop. About a 5-second difference right now. They were right next to each other when they were going in.
That's absolutely crazy.
Maybe he slid through his box or something. Not sure what would cost 5 seconds. Not a penalty. It's too short, but it's amazing what you can lose just in a cycle.
Yeah, definitely. Let me... Because now I'm very curious. So his pit time...
I don't think there was a large number of laps between when they went in.
No. So I'm taking a look. Oh. Wait. Hope I was looking at the right screen.
I'm not seeing anything jumping out.
Yeah, beautiful in and out.
I mean, there was a few laps difference, but maybe it's just the difference in laps. I don't see any major mistakes or anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely very possible for sure.
Guess we'll have to see if he can make that back up with the fresher tires. I mean, there's a little bit of a delta there.
That is true, yeah.
See, the gap was around 5 seconds. He's down to around 4 now, so slightly fresher and reeling him in a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Sean Dunaway sitting back now, 4.3 seconds. Slowly trying to reel in Blair Holloman here. But Patrick Millett, Stephen Luttrell, and Jordan Saylor's back there behind him. They keep moving a little bit closer and closer here to Sean Dunaway. So Sean might have company here very soon.
I was surprised to see that Sean did not have a win this season yet. 'Cause he's really strong, just really smart, really great in the long run kind of driver, and feels like he'd get one during that time. But it's kind of overdue, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to pull one off here shortly.
Oh yeah, he's definitely very overdue for here in the trucks. I believe he's won over in the Xfinity series on Wednesday night. I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Just a little bit of a drought in this series.
Take a look here.
Looks like that gap's staying about steady. Got about 13 cars on the lead lap here.
Yep. Yeah. So I just checked. He has 2 wins in the Xfinity series. Nothing yet here in the trucks this season.
Through consistency, he's been able to
Yeah.
stay in contention up there. He finished really well in the regular season point standings, earned him some bonus points for the chase, and one tonight would really help him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think a win tonight will give him a really good shot next week. You know, that will really get him motivated to possibly contend really hard here at the end of the season for that championship.
Yeah, with Blair's troubles last week, I think we had 10 guys within 20 points here, so really everybody's still in contention.
I'm watching that time. I'm just watching that time. He has gained a little bit here on Holloman the last couple of laps.
We're approaching the point now too where you could pit and make it to the end. You know, depending on what these guys' situation is, maybe we'll see some people gamble and come in a little bit early.
And look at Holloman just absolutely slide that truck out of turn 2. I don't think Blair is taking it easy at this point.
Yeah, the gap's into the 3-second range now, so still closing in a little bit.
Yeah. So it seems like on the exit of 4, Blair pulls away, but on the exit of 2, Dunaway gets a little bit closer. So it somewhat evens themselves out. But I think Dunaway has the faster of the 2. Oh, yeah, it's right there on our screens. How about that?
And when do you pit? Do you take 4? Do you take 2? You could come in as soon as now, or wait till like lap 105 maybe. Have a 15 lap run at the end.
Honestly, because it's Phoenix, I would say 4 tires. That would be my feel. But knowing these drivers like Holloman, Dunaway,
Scratch that, we got a yellow.
Oh, we do got a yellow.
67 is parked up against the wall.
Hard contact there for Mikey Allen. Nope, that truck's broken. Yeah, heavy contact there on that front end for Mikey Allen. Trying to keep it facing the right direction, but still wibble wobbles a little bit. Let's take a look here, see what happened. Started with that 23 machine getting turned around. And Mikey Allen, nowhere to go. But that was a very, very late. Man, that's very unfortunate there. And unfortunately, I think this one's going to get pinned on Alex Teft. Now you see Mike Allen just lock up the brakes coming out of turn 4, realizing that he was sitting there. I'm sorry, turn 1. Realized that he was sitting there, got it hard on the brakes, and just absolutely nothing he can do at that point. All right, so
Looks like
this
that
changes
one.
the whole game.
Looks like that one was pinned on the 43, so he'll be getting an EOL penalty end of line.
Definitely not what Alex Teff needed here today.
So everybody, we're toward the top of our fuel range here, but if it were to go green from here, we did see a pretty long green flag run leading up to this. Pretty close to empty toward the end.
But depending on how far out, if there is another caution, would you want to come down for 2 tires or 4 tires?
Looks like we're gonna have about 45 to go. I think everybody should be pretty secure. What was your question?
Say like in about maybe 20, 25 laps, there's another caution. Would you come out for 2 tires or come down for 4 tires?
Yeah, good question. I feel like I'd still want 4.
Alrighty, Blair hitting the gas on the exit now of turn number 4. Sean Dunaway having a little issues there on this restart. He's going to end up going 3 wide into turn number 1 as that 18 comes up, gives him a little bit of a love tap. The 18 machine there, he will go ahead and get himself cleared, as now you see Dunaway fighting side by side there with who was it? That's not Steven. I think that's Brendan Sanfilippo. Oh no, I lost my train of thought. But Blair Holloman, Patrick Millett, first, second, Dunaway third, and Jordan Sailor's back there in that number 39 machine.
So we got a penalty on the 42. Sounds like maybe entering a closed pit.
Jonathan Stidham definitely not wanting to hear that, so he's going to go ahead and come, I believe, for a drive-through.
Sounds like he may have been the lucky dog. I'm not certain, but somehow got a penalty for entering a closed pit during that last yellow.
Yeah, definitely not what some of these drivers are needing here late in this race. As we continue to watch this 18 machine of Patrick Millett absolutely just having a phenomenal day here at Phoenix, hanging around that top 5 for a majority of the race, and just currently running second. So Millett having a very strong points day here, as Sean Dunaway, he's trying to get his wheels back under him and start moving again so he can try to make a run on the race leader. But as of right now, Millett, he's pulling away from Dunaway. So it's going to be very interesting to see, if Dunaway can get these set of tires to work for him.
Patrick is one of our newer drivers, not brand new, but still getting to getting to know him a little bit. But one thing I've learned is he's really strong on short tracks and flat tracks, these technical ovals. Well, not surprised to see him up there.
We come back here to Alex Gates in that number 77. He's starting to drop back a little bit here as he's sitting in that, I believe, the 8th spot at the moment. So his day is hasn't gotten much better since we last caught up with him. He is currently struggling as that number 99 of Philip Archibald is now trying to make a run on him. Definitely a very tough day here for Gates so far.
Really tough if you're one of these guys in the back too, because the only way you can really make it back to the front is if you get some yellows and maybe get some luck, or just make it up on speed, because it's tough to get off strategy if it just goes green here. You just got to race it out and try to pass as many trucks as you can.
Yeah, one driver that's absolutely struggling with that right now is Alex Teft back in that number 43 machine. He hasn't moved up any spots since we've gone green flag. You know, so he's been having a little bit of struggle here trying to make his way around, you know, these slower trucks that have been back here all day. So I'm starting to wonder what that truck is doing for Alex and why he's now struggling. Currently in that 13th spot, 5.5 seconds back from your race leader, as he now finally gets onto the inside of Aaron Roth here for that 12th position. But yeah, he's just, ever since getting that penalty this last caution, he's definitely having a hard time coming back up through the field.
Just kind of built himself a little gap up front.
Just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like your top 4 or 5 is pretty much evenly spread out up there. So we're definitely going to keep our eyes on that as well.
Maybe these guys have learned something in the previous run that'll help them hang on a little bit better. You know, Blair and Sean had got out to a pretty good lead before.
Definitely. You know, one thing I keep forgetting about this track is how much tires really do matter around this speedway. You know, so like when I first started the race, you know, I'm all gung-ho on going fast, you know, making up spots. And then I get about, maybe 5, 6, 7 laps in, and I start to fall back. I'm like, wait, what the heck happened to my, And then usually my second or third set of tires, I'm like, all right, let's take it easy. And by that time, it's usually too late. Taking a look here, Sean Dunaway, he is all over now the back bumper of that number 18 machine of Patrick Millett for that second spot. So we got a really good battle up here brewing for that second and third spot at the moment.
Looks like Steven Luttrell's coming up here to upset the party. Steven's not one of our chase contenders, but he could come up, win this race, take those 4 extra points, and make an impact here. He's just here for the win.
Oh yeah. You know, Luttrell, he's always one that we're talking about, you know, every single week that he's out here. So him not being in the chase is absolutely like mind-boggling. But Didn't he actually pull himself away from the chase?
He missed one too many races. Unfortunately,
Ah,
we got that 7 race participation requirement, but he's run really great this season.
he's definitely up there in that fifth spot at the moment.
It just looks like they're struggling to get a run. You can kind of run all over the track anywhere, but it's tough to get a run to make a move on somebody. Yeah, starting to see a tighter battle up here for the lead.
Patrick Millett, Sean Dunaway all over the back bumper of Blair Holloman. And talking about Blair Holloman, Sophia over in chat says, "Let's go, my man Blair Holloman." So we've got a big Blair Holloman race fan here in chat as well. As you see Sean Dunaway finally able to get a run on that inside of Patrick Millett. And Millett able to hold on out of turn 2. And now Millett, he's all over the back bumper of Holloman heading into turn 3 and 4. Just what a run each of these drivers get in different corners. Dunaway very strong out of turn 4 up to turns 1 and 2. And it seems like Millett and Holloman are both very strong out of turn 2.
Patrick might have something here shortly. I almost think you want to get on the outside of Blair and kind of drag him back. Take away that space off the corner. I don't know if you can get under him and complete the pass. Just got to put so much wheel into it that he can get you back down the straightaway.
Yeah. But he's definitely now right there on the back bumper of Holloman out of turn 2. I'm looking here at the points. Millett is sitting 7th, just about 16 points back. So this very well could move him up through possibly up to the top 4 if he were to win this race, as he has a really good strong run here out of turn 2 back here to turns 3 and 4, and just watch Holloman get that run out of turn 4.
Here's where you just hope you can get a nose on him or something and send it off into one and pray it sticks. But
Yeah, he's trying. He's getting a really good run out of turn 2. So if he can find a way to make it stick in 3 and 4, I think we could possibly see a new race leader. And this time, it's still going to go to Holloman. But here comes Sean Dunaway thinking about trying to make it 3 wide for the race lead.
we're gonna have 6 trucks here shortly. This is intense.
Yeah, as we're coming up on just about 21 laps to go, I believe this next time by, it is starting to absolutely get intense.
Yeah, and it's gonna get tougher and tougher for Pat here because
Here comes Dunaway.
if you can't get the move done, your tires just heat up and it gets harder and harder. It's like you gotta just get back in line and cool them down and try again.
As you see here, Dunaway getting around that number 18 machine of Millett. Oh, hold on to it! What a
Great.
save!
Really good job.
What a wicked save out of that 0-1 machine of Sean Dunaway. But unfortunately, he will lose 2 spots along with Patrick Millett in that number 18 machine. And that's going to bring Jordan Sailors and Brandon Sanfilippo up in front of them into 2nd and 3rd. And now Holloman has a little bit of breathing room, I feel, as we have crossed over into the 20 laps to go.
Oh, Sean had to lift off the
Take a
corner.
look how absolutely sideways he got.
Patrick was so close to his rear that it makes me think that maybe he had to lift and
Jeez. I
really good
think we're
save
going to
though.
mark that. I think we're going to mark that as one of our best saves of the season. I don't know if it's the save, but it's going to be up there.
Stuff like that can really upset your tires, so we'll have to see if that matters. But he really didn't lose a lot of time, still within a second of Blair. So hopefully, you know, no harm, no foul.
Yes, he's now working on the inside of that number 12 of San Filippo. He knows time is ticking away. He's got to start bringing it back. And we know Sean Dunaway's fast. It's just going to take time, but hopefully it won't take too much time to see him get back to that back bumper. Stephen Luttrell getting sideways there out of turn 2, hitting the outside wall.
Actually got a battle between teammates brewing also, Jordan and Blair.
So that's going to be very interesting here for the race lead between teammates. Okay, well, yeah, so Sailors is also just about 16 points back from his teammate. So that could also change some things as well.
Looks like Sailor's got quite a bit loose there off of turn 2. It doesn't seem to have really hurt Sean much, that big save there. Still making moves going for it here.
And Dunaway all over the back bumper of Sailors there. Finally able to swing it into the inside here of that 39 machine as they will drag race. But as right now, Jordan Sailor still has that spot. Laps are now quickly ticking away, coming to 13, I believe, laps to go in this race.
Might be able to do something here. See a little bobble out of the 39, made some wall contact. Looks like he's going to be able to clear him on entry.
Yeah, 12 laps to go this time by for Holloman. Oh, that 12 machine. Brandon Sanfilippo, he gets into the side of Sailors,
I think
pushes Sailors up the trap.
everybody had the same idea there about where they wanted to go.
Right? Oh, more contact out of turn 2, and that's going to bring Steve Luttrell right to the back bumper along with Patrick Millett.
We'll have to see how much Blair's been saving here. Sean's in a hurry.
Yeah, Sean is definitely in a hurry here. And
Under
time
about
is
10 to go.
Yeah, time's ticking away here. Millett running Luttrell up the track. Able to go ahead and pull him back down here. As we have this very good, strong battle back here for that 5th spot. Still side by side, more contact. Millett's going to get around Luttrell. Luttrell's going to fall back. 10 laps to go here at Phoenix. As I believe that battle for the race lead is absolutely intensifying. Now it's down to 0.2 seconds. How much did Sean save after getting loose or almost getting spun out of turn 2? And how much has Blair been saving ever since then? I think that's what's really going to boil down to as they come through 1 and 2. And here comes Dunaway looking onto the inside, not able to No, he is going to keep the nose there down the back straightaway. Fall back behind. Dunaway absolutely strong heading into turns 1 and 2, but you will see Holloman flex his muscles out of turn number 4, start to pull away, and that transition from the dog leg back up onto the racetrack. Dunaway diving back down onto the inside of Holloman. Let's see if he keep it there. Not able to do it this side. Holloman gets sideways, so that will bring him side by side into turn 3.
Blair looks really
Dunaway
loose on exit.
very loose for Holloman for sure. This is going to get very, very intense, ladies and gentlemen, as we only have 7 laps to go here. Dunaway now completely side by side with Holloman. Holloman is going to try to get a run out of turn 2, not able to do it. He will get a better run out of turn 2 than Holloman. Holloman
Drifting
up the track after making slight contact with that inside pit wall, and that's going to lose Sean Dunaway's momentum, as he's now going to fall about 0.3 seconds back from your race leader, and now he's got to fight his way back to his back bumper, as they're going to come to 5 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, I think Sean's got to find a way to get on his outside somehow, and it's just tough to do with Blair against the wall on entry.
That's definitely going to be very interesting to go, as we have 5 laps to go this time by. Dunaway back to the back bumper of Blair Holloman, trying to make it stick on that inside. Holloman gets a good run out of turn 2, but not enough. And this time, this is the furthest up Dunaway has been on the side of Blair out of turn 2 in quite some time. Now, is Dunaway going to use the apron? Yes, he is, but so is Blair. So now they're going to continue to run side by side. And this is where Dunaway absolutely shines, right here in turns 1 and 2. And now on the exit of turn 2, still side by side for the race lead, coming to 4 laps to go. I'm sorry, 3 laps to go this time. 3 miles left here at Phoenix. Blair Holloman, Sean Dunaway, both of these drivers fighting for the control of the championship. For the final 2 races, who is going to take it? Dunaway getting the better of Holloman here out of turn 2. Holloman almost up into the outside wall. Makes a good run. But here comes Sean Dunaway on the entry of turn 3. He's going to hold it there. He will take over the race lead, but Holloman comes fighting back. 2 laps to go here at Phoenix. Really great side-by-side racing, but here comes Stephen Luttrell in that 3rd spot. Dunaway will absolutely clear Holloman here on out of turn 2. Coming to the white flag this time by Holloman's got to go for the stars. Will Holloman be able to make it work?
Stephen Luttrell out of nowhere.
Yeah, Dunaway's pulling away, but here comes Stephen Luttrell in that 36 machine. He's going to try to make a move here on Blair in the final lap. Not able. I don't think he's going to have anything for. Oh, maybe. Here comes Holloman now. I'm sorry. Luttrell trying to take over that 2nd spot. But your race win is going to go to Sean Dunaway in that 0-1. And Blair Holloman will bring it home 2nd. Stephen Luttrell 3rd. What an incredible finish to this race. It came down to the final 5 laps. Andrew, what a great competition you have here in the Tuesday Night Truck Series race.
It's just really classy racing between 2 champion drivers. This would be Sean's first truck championship if he was to earn it, but that's the kind of performance that you need to put on, and to be able to pull one of these off.
You know, we were just saying how Sean Dunaway has not been able to take home a win yet this season. But now we can scratch that out as Sean Dunaway. He will be your race winner here at Phoenix as you see him continuing to burn it down here on the front straightaway. Just, I think we need to take a commercial break here so we can gather our thoughts
Yeah, we need a
before we,
breather.
yeah, before we talk to our race winners. And when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a look at our race results. But we're going to go ahead and step away real quick for a commercial break.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to Phoenix Raceway. What an incredible finish to this race here today between your race winner, Sean Dunaway, second place, Blair Holloman, and then Mr. Houdini himself, Stephen Luttrell, just coming out of absolutely nowhere to come home third. Just let's go ahead and take a look here at our race results. So Sean Dunaway, Blair Holloman, Stephen Luttrell, your top three. Patrick Millett slipped back to that fourth spot. Brandon Sanfilippo came back fighting to come back to that fifth spot. Jordan Sailors, Truth Hope, Troy Thomas, Philip Archibald, and Alex Teft fought his way back to the top 10 to finish out the race today. 11th, you got Alex Gates in that number 77 machine, followed by Alan Wild, Aaron Roth, Jonathan Stidham, Timothy Eisburn, Barry Nelson, Mikey Allen, Frank Chavez, Kyle Hess, and unfortunately Steve Sizemore had some issues with his batteries to his machine, not able to get it up and running to get pushed off the grid today. So it wouldn't crank over, unfortunately, there for one of our very good, strong drivers of Steve Sizemore. So, but ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk with our top three And let's go ahead and start off here with Stephen Luttrell, driver of that number 36 machine. Stephen, this is Mike and Andrew up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I sure do.
Stephen Luttrell, man, what an incredible way to come back. Uh, we didn't even see it coming until like the final like 3 laps or so, and then we realized, hey, Luttrell's up here. What was it like just coming up through the field that final 20 laps or so?
Oh man, I know the last 20, I was running fifth or sixth most of it, and it was just we were swapping positions over and over and over, and I was back there thinking, no matter where I finish here, this is a heck of a race. This is tons of fun. Um, and a couple of them got together, and I think it was the 18 got a little sideways, and I was able to get underneath there, and the spotter said 3 to go. Oh, that was good timing. But yeah, that battle for third back there for the last 10, 20 laps was absolutely awesome racing.
Yeah, definitely really cool racing back with you. But I mean, you fell back a little bit throughout the field, and then you slowly but surely made your way back to the front. Um, just what an incredible drive all around for you, Andrew. Do you have any questions for Steven?
I just want to say congratulations, and thought you might have something there the last lap. We were so focused on Sean and Blair their battle that we didn't really notice you coming, but we should because this your truck's bright orange. But yeah, thought you might sneak in there and steal it from both of them. So just nice run, and pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I thought I was going to get second there, and I went into three a little too deep, and I was going to slide up and get Holloman, and last thing I want to do is take him out on the last lap. So I just had to get on the brakes and get it turned down away from him and take third. But yeah, I just my mom, my dad, my wife, my kids, you for putting on the league, Mike for announcing, and all the Racers Elite, whether it's the league, the network, everything. It's been tons of fun, and I don't know when I'll miss a race next, but I am not looking forward to it.
Well, thank you.
We really hope that you don't miss any more races. But, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Luttrell along his third place uh, runner-up position here today. So, all right, Mr. Harry Houdini, we'll catch you next week.
Appreciate it. We'll see you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and then bring up driver of that number 32 machine, Blair the Gambler Holloman. Blair, this is Mike and Andrew up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys. How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic because of you. What a crazy final 15 laps. We got to witness Sean track you down. And man, just tell us what was going through your mind trying to do everything to hold him off.
I made sure to give him a line. My big thing when it comes to racing anybody is I love being the toughest person you'll ever try to pass in your life, but I will definitely give you a lane to try it. And Sean was able to make it work. I was watching it and I was like, all right, well he's running the bottom. I'm like, he doesn't seem like the type to run me over. I was watching Millette drive very ambitious down into turn three quite a few laps. I was like, we'll let Sean have the bottom the best that we can, try to still make the corner. For a couple laps, I was like, you know what? Maybe the top side can work. I'm like, he's still faster. I'm like, he'll get around me at some point. Then he got around with 2 to go, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like he's off to the races. But I was just happy to actually get a decent finish here. Every league race I've ever run here in a truck, I've gotten murdered. And I mean that in a nice way. I don't think I've ever gotten a top five here in a truck. So finish up in second, I'll take that any day of the week. Especially last week, the with the computer having its disconnect issues. definitely I'll take the points and run.
Yeah, absolutely. And with your second place here, that does put you back on top of the charts. But that only puts you 2 points in front of Sean. What is going to be your game plan for next week when we head over? I believe it's to Texas.
Texas and Chicagoland are two places I love to race at in a truck. There's some strategy that can be played. I got 105 laps. Definitely is not going to be a two stopper. It's going to probably be technically three, unless we get a caution somewhere in the middle of the race, which the way that pit road entry is, it is entirely possible. But those are two tracks that I really, really enjoy running. Chicagoland, you will see me up on the fence, and Texas, it's just try not to burn your tires off too bad because it's the newer version of Texas, I think. It's a bottom side favorite through 1 and 2, and as long as your tires aren't cooked, you can kind of run the middle through 3 and 4. But that track is pretty much who's playing chicken the longest there, because like I said, it's not a very wide groove track. Uh, so pretty much those restarts are gonna be pretty key, and saving them tires is also gonna be pretty key. In Chicagoland, cannot wait to go there.
It sounds like this field does not have a clue what is in store in 2 weeks when we do get to Chicagoland. Andrew, before we send Blair off, do you have any questions?
Just congratulations. We were talking last week. Of the 4 chase races, I think this was the one that you didn't have a win at yet, and you came dang close. But even if you couldn't pull it off, you did the most you could with the bonus points. That really helped you out. You got the most laps led bonus point. You got the fastest lap bonus point, and the one for leading a single lap. So you would have been tied not for that. So just good job keeping your head down and earning those. And we'll pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
And tonight's truck is Harvick's 2003 paint scheme. I kind of need a little bit of luck going into Phoenix, so might as well run a paint scheme that actually did pretty well here back in the day. But I want to give a couple shout outs. I know my dad's watching. Hopefully he's entertained. Big shout out Jordan with the 6th place finish. I saw that. That's awesome. He was actually running lap times faster than I was throughout the race. He just didn't have the track position, but he was running quicker than me. So I'm very glad to see he had a good finish there at the end. I don't know if Yost is watching or if he's asleep. I just hope whenever he gets to catch this, he was entertained. Um, I know on the truck, normally got the Holloman Napa Auto Parts. My cousin Tad. They ran the Chili Bowl this past weekend. Well, this past week they ran Friday. They didn't have a very good Friday, but they did get to play the alphabet soup a little bit, so at least they got to have some fun out there. And of course, I know Sophia's watching. I saw comments on TV a little bit throughout the race with everything that was going on. I saw that mega wreck there in turn 3 and 4. I think it was 3 and 4. Well, that was the 1 and 2. Sorry, and that was probably the wildest thing I've ever seen in the truck series. So that was pretty cool to see it. But I want to say thank you guys for the broadcast. Of course, UTEFT with hosting the league, and hopefully Texas will be entertaining.
For sure. If Texas is anything like it was tonight, then I am absolutely all for it. Well, Blair, congratulations on your second position today, and we will see you next week when we head over to Texas.
Thank you guys. I'll catch you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 32 machine, Blair Holloman. And let's go ahead and bring up Hello Kitty himself, Sean Dunaway, and that 01 Hello Kitty Chevrolet. Sean, Mike, and Andrew up in the booth. Got a copy.
Yep, I got you guys.
Sean, I am just absolutely speechless on what we witnessed those final 15 laps. You and Blair just absolutely having it out back and forth. One hell of a save out of turn two. I don't know how you saved it. But whatever it is, it sure lit up a fire under you because man, you were hauling butt and you got past Holloman. Talk us through everything that you thought after that incredible save all the way to the checker flag.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Definitely lit a fire under my ass. It's pretty angry for that good 5-10 minutes for the next 10 laps there. Luckily I was able to get back to P2, kind of where I was there. Um, the whole race I was just kind of patient. You know, I was definitely patient for most of it. I was hanging out with Blair in the beginning of the race. Uh, during the first pit stop, he got somehow like a 5-second lead out of the first pit cycle. Thought I would never see him again, but luckily those cautions, fell. Um, and then yeah, just after that, yeah, I got hit from behind. I was mad. I was done being patient. It was time to go, so that's what I did. I just went up there. Um, but somehow I was still patient enough. I saved my tires just enough, I guess, a little more than Blair there. And like I said last week, hey, I had to get one up on Blair, and tonight we did it.
Definitely, one of the things that Andrew and I talked about was, how dominant you are at a lot of these races, but you never got a win in the trucks this season. And, looking back throughout the season, you came pretty close a few times. And when you got completely sideways, I thought for sure tonight was not going to be that night. But the way you drove the wheels off of that Hello Kitty machine, just I there's no words to describe what we witnessed tonight, to be honest. I've never seen a run like that. So big kudos to you. Big kudos to that save, your race win. Definitely go enjoy that one tonight. Andrew, before we let Sean get up to celebrate, do you have any questions for him?
Just congratulations. That was really impressive, and I think you'll really enjoy watching this one back. I think if you're able to, over the next few weeks, pull this one off and earn the championship, I think tonight should be the moment you look back at because I mean this is a championship performance. Could have easily just thrown it away off turn two, saved it, regathered yourself, focused, and ran down one of the toughest guys in the league, passing for the win. So you're only 2 points away, and yeah, we'll be rooting for you. But let's pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely my most favorite race I've ever done, I think. Definitely my favorite win, that's for sure. So yeah, I'd like to thank Blair for being patient around me. That's for sure. I'd like to thank my wife, my mom and stepdad for always watching, and then my cats for not ruining my race tonight. That's for sure.
Definitely had to change it up there for sure. But congratulations on a very well deserved victory here at Phoenix. We will see you next week in Texas, where you should be able to continue your dominating run here in the closing final couple races of the season. And we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, driver that number 01 Hello Kitty Chevrolet. It's going to be Sean Dunaway. Let's final I would say let's give our final thoughts, but I don't have any final thoughts because I'm still trying to wrap my head around the finish. It was just absolutely brilliant racing.
Yeah, Mike. I thought these first two races of the chase might actually separate the field a little bit. They're pretty difficult tracks. Five Flags in Phoenix tonight, and we're actually getting into the part of the chase that's a lot tighter. And the battle's been pretty tight already. We've still got 4 drivers within 15 points, and I'm just excited to see what happens. 2.5-mile tracks in the truck series. I mean, a lot of times they're kind of like drafting tracks, really, like Daytona or Talladega. So hard to predict what's going to happen. We've had 7 different winners this season, and maybe we'll even see a couple more before the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And, normally as we coming down to the final couple races, I throw to chat GPT, hey, what are the odds of all these drivers? And I don't even think ChatGPT can give me a true answer when it comes to what's going to happen at Chicagoland in a couple weeks. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see how things shake out to lead up to Chicagoland next week at Texas. But ladies and gentlemen, next week, 7:45 Eastern, right here on Racers Elite Network, we will be live from Texas Motor Speedway, a really wide sweeping, fast 1.5 mile speedway. I love that place. It's a lot of fun to drive, really good racing. But right here on Racers Elite Network, if you guys like what you saw, head over to racerselite.com and check out our schedule. If you'd like to join us, head over to our Discord. We'll be more than happy to have you with us. So you can find us again, racerselite.com. You can add us in Discord. But until next week, ladies and gentlemen, I am Mike Taylor up here in the booth alongside one of the league owners, really cool guy, good friend of mine, Andrew Teft, and the man behind the cams. It's the one, the only Christian Hill, giving you all these beautiful views that you guys got to witness today. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have yourself a beautiful time zone, and always remember, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. Until Texas, good time zones.
Happy birthday, Kirby. We can't forget that.
Yes, happy birthday, Kirby!